See what I'm doing. Do you eat cheesesteaks, bro?
What's up?
Do you eat cheesesteaks?
Not really. I mean, I have had cheesesteaks.
Do you eat meat?
Yeah, I eat meat.
What do you want? What kind of haircut do you want, bro?
Okay. So usually what I do is just like short on the sides, a little bit long on top.
How short do you typically go?
Uh, like, like I usually try to fade it up a little bit. You know, like 2 to 3,
Okay.
and like into like a little bit long on top.
And what do? You kind of just push it all over this way?
Yeah, I just like push it that way.
Cool.
I also have a widow's peak, which
That's
sucks
fine.
because my entire life, all fucking kids called me Eddie Munster and shit.
That sucks, dude. That sucks. Did you get bullied growing up?
Nah, not a ton. Like, it more so just like little ribs, from homies and shit.
What was growing up like?
Uh, Poor.
Yeah.
So me and Justin, our bass player, like,
Right.
he's my younger brother, and growing up, our parents were like young parents. Like, my mom had me when she was 18. My dad was like 20 or 21. Like, they're high school, like dating in high school, and then Justin was actually the only planned child of our family because I talked too much. By the time I was like 2 years old, and they were like, he needs a brother. He needs like a sibling. He needs somebody to fucking talk to. And so they had Justin so that I had a companion, and now we've been companions our whole lives. Uh, all the rest of the kids weren't planned surprises.
How many of you guys are there?
So I'm technically like the oldest, but we have an adopted older brother who is my cousin. But my parents adopted him when I was like 4 because his parents were like going through tough times,
Gotcha.
like you know, just rough upbringing. So like, he's been my brother since I was like 4. But it's crazy. My parents we have a crazy family dichotomy. Like, me and Justin are in a band. We tour and like do all that, and then our younger sister is she graduated like with a degree in like doing like horse stuff, like like veterinary, but like didn't finish it. She actually inherited a farm. Her and her fiance, like, or whatever, inherited a farm recently from a person that they worked for in high school. Like, he passed away and left them a farm, so now they like own a farm.
Brother, what?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude, you dream of stuff like this. Like a stranger, not like a stranger, but some guy that's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
like it's just like they would work on his farm like all the time, and then when he passed away, he like actually left it to him. So like they inherited a farm. Yeah, it's a crazy thing. And my older brother, around the time that Freethrow was first starting, he was like doing Vine.
I miss Vine.
Me too. But he like kind of got popular on that. Moved out to Las Vegas, and now he does like comedy and works in the pornography business. So he like films adult videos. So my parents have a very interesting set of children.
All successful in their own right.
Yeah, in a way, like they're super proud.
Who are they least proud of?
Probably me and Justin. Because it took us so long to get to this point. Like, we were just like living at their house until we were like 30.
Families coming. Oh, you're still doing that music thing,
Yeah,
huh?
dude. Oh, still living the pipe dream.
What's it feel like now? Is it kind of like, I told you?
Yeah,
Or is
yeah.
it just
It's
like,
definitely like kind of like well, all of us kids of my parents are like, we're like the black sheep of like, especially my mom's side of the family. Like, they're all like hardworking, like blue collar people, and like they told us for years that we should just get a fucking job.
yeah, dude.
But yeah, it's like now it's like they all want to ask about it and stuff like that. It's really crazy, especially in the last like 3 or 4 years, and how much things have like kind of come up that all of a sudden they went from being like get a job to like, hey, can we get guest lists? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Dude, it's like, but then like I also have to remember that people like you know, you guys who make it this far, you live with a level of delusion. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? There's
yeah.
a certain level of delusion that you live with that you're just like, what do you mean? This is gonna happen?
Yeah, like definitely coming up, you have like delusions of grandeur. You know, like
Yo, you have to.
I think if you didn't, you wouldn't recognize the end game goal. You know?
No. No, definitely not.
But yeah. I don't know. It's like a crazy thing. Like I think my dad always wanted to be a musician. He can like play a couple chords on a guitar, you know. But so he actually is like stoked that me and Justin do what we do. My parents have always been super supportive. But now that, you know, the band is at a level where it's our career, like
Well, you guys got a bus, dude.
it's our first time actually.
Gas prices this high, and you guys got a bus. You're doing
Yeah,
something right,
I
dude.
told our manager recently, like, I don't want to see the fucking the bill for the gas of this bus. Don't even show it to me.
How much of a difference? So what were you guys in before, like a Sprinter or something?
Yeah, I mean, for years we toured just in a van, you know, like.
And what's the cost difference on both?
It's expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
A bus is more of like an all-inclusive thing. Like, the driver comes from the company.
Yeah.
You know, like he changes our sheets like once a week type shit.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
But it's it's a cost. It's an expensive.
Yeah,
cost.
but dude, you're comfortable, and you know what? There's a price to pay for comfort. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, especially now that we're all a little bit older. Like, I'm in my late 30s. The rest of the band is in their, like, you know, Jake's in his early 30s, but the other guys are, like, mid 30s. And, but getting into your 30s and stuff and, like, touring, like, it's so much nicer to be in a comfortable situation than, like, putting your back through all the pain of
No, that's exactly it.
touring
And it's
in
like,
a van.
it's like, cause dude, at the end of the day, how are you expected to give
Your best performance,
everyone what they're looking for if you're sleeping hunched over in a van?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, at a certain point, you gotta kind of weigh that out. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like our manager had to have a talk with us too. Our manager is actually our old drummer. He left the band because he wanted to focus on like the business side of music, and later down the road, like we were looking for a new manager, and we interviewed with the company that he's working for, and like we were like, this just makes sense.
Right.
He was in the band for like 7 years, so like he knows like what our aspirations are, like what we want to do, and he had to have a talk with us. He was like, dude, you guys are getting older. You've been touring in a van for like 13 years. He was like, you're doing bigger shows. He's like, I think you guys have to accept the fact now that you are a bandwagon or a bus band. And that for us was like, we're like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Right.
Like, but it honestly, the best thing about like touring in a bus or a bandwagon is the effect on your mental health. Because like touring in a van, especially for long periods of time, can be like extremely taxing on your mental, you know, like it can be like you waking up every day and doing the same shit every day, but in a different city, you're not sleeping comfortably, you know, your back hurts, it's just not, it can get to the point where you're like burnt, you know.
Right. Do you try to keep a routine when you're home?
At home?
Yeah, like in the mornings and stuff like that. I'm asking because
Well,
like to transfer that and then to go on the road has to be
like,
so difficult.
it's a different monster, you know. So like at home, well, now at home my
Now it's got to
routine
be
is
vastly different.
yeah. Well, and now at home my routine is like fucked up because I just had a baby.
Right,
so
that's
like,
got to be insanely different now.
I'm waking up like every 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know? But I honestly, I was telling my partner Missy that like this is the first time tourists felt like vacation to me because like I get to sleep.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
But yeah, like at home, like I have a pretty solid routine. I play a lot of video games and stuff. Uh, I stream on Twitch and stuff, so like I have like that routine. And then but don't like being at home now with the baby and stuff. It's just a crazy like difference from being on the road. It also like when you're at home and you're not on tour, you have to like you have your like home routine, right? Like you get up in the morning, you do this, you do this. But when you're on tour, like it switches because like your nights are later. I wake up a lot later on tour because like my day doesn't really start until like 2 p.m.
Right.
And so like at home I would get up at 10, uh, eat some food, and usually because like Twitch streaming is like my side hustle, kind of start like getting ready to stream later in the day. Now that the baby's here though, it's like all of that went out the window.
How many hours were you putting in on Twitch streaming?
Before the baby, I mean, I
you
would
gotta put time in, right?
yeah,
Like,
I would stream like at least like 3 days a week usually.
Because that's similar to this. You gotta build a community. You're building a community,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Shouts out to my Goop community. Let's go.
That's cool. That's cool though. Do you go to like the gym or anything like that too? Do you try to work out?
I do calisthenics at home usually.
Because like you gotta also be in shape to perform.
Dude, and well, like working out is like something that actually like you wouldn't be able to tell that I work out half the time because like I'm getting older, my metabolism slows down, But calisthenics at home, especially like, is nice. I need to go to the gym more, but
That's I think would be the hardest part because I keep like joking with people because like I do photo and video too.
yeah.
And I keep joking with people. I'm like, yo, someone needs to bring me on tour. Like I could do photo, video, and hair. Like I got a big package as one.
Yeah, that is a sick trifecta.
Dude, and I like have worked in like the hip hop space a little bit as far as photo and video. So like the hustle and the turnover and like the way like I just like work quickly. So I'm like, dude, I'm like built for this. But the problem is I'm such a morning person. I'm up at like 4, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm at the gym by 6. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm like, dude, if I was like on a bus or in a van, I'd be cooked, dude.
Yeah,
like,
because like that's like the usually when if you're up at like 4 or 5 o'clock, that's usually
that's when
the
it's
bus is leaving, and then,
bro.
like,
Yeah.
That's when everybody's asleep and like. Because like when you're on a bus, especially like you basically bus calls usually like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m.
Literally. So like the first artist that I ever worked with was a rapper Key Glock out of Memphis.
Oh, dude, I love Key Glock.
Oh, get that, dude. That's like my family, bro. I'm like such good friends with them.
I'm a big fan of Key Glock.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. I'll have to like link everyone. That'd be so fun.
Dude, yeah, I'm a hip hop guy. Actually got started making music through hip hop.
Oh, dude, let's go.
I started making beats when I was like 11.
Bro.
And that's like how I got into songwriting.
Fuck you, dude. Wow.
Yeah.
That is really cool. Yeah, dude.
I'll have to show you. Yeah.
I always get so weird because I'm like, I don't know who, like, I feel like that Memphis sound is such like an acquired taste.
Dude,
and
also
it's like,
being from Tennessee.
well, yeah,
I
you're
grew up
also
on
from
it,
down there, yeah. But it's like, so like I started like shooting with them. So like I would literally sit at like the TLA or somewhere with like his photographer till like 2 in the morning. And then he'd be like, all right, like I would edit with him. And then he would go get on the bus to go somewhere, and I would just drive home, like, cause I live here. But like, I would sit in the so like I'm like I know how all of it goes, and it's like I'm so routine driven that like that's like my only like But dude, that's crazy. Okay, so let's talk about this hip hop.
Yeah,
stuff a little
dude.
bit,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, it's how my first foray into music was like hip hop. I started making beats when I was like 11. Sorry, FBI guy. I downloaded like a cracked version of fucking FL Studio, like Fruity Loops back then.
Dude,
is what
fuck the
it was
feds, dude.
Yeah, fuck 12, dude. Fuck it.
Fuck them, dude.
But yeah, I like downloaded Fruity Loops and just started making beats when I was like 11.
I remember Fruity Loops.
Yeah, and then like my older brother was like rapping at the time. And then I kind of got into that. That's how I got into songwriting, was like writing raps and stuff. me and Tates have had this conversation because he used to write raps too. Little known fact.
Bro, what the hell? We ended up talking about religion, me and Tates.
That sounds like a Tates conversation, yeah.
And I went to Catholic school growing up, so it was just
My
like
dad was Catholic.
so it was just like the perfect thing. And I only had him. He was so adamant on going to watch Arm's Length set, so I only got him for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I saw you shave your head.
Yeah. I'm trying to grow my shit out. They're at Asbury in June. I'm like, maybe I can go and do a part 2 with them and have Taze really shave my head.
Yeah, like go for the full.
Yeah,
actual,
dude.
like,
I'm like, my shit is so long right now. I'm like, dude,
I can see it in the mirror.
If I wait till June. But, dude, yeah, like, so how did you go from writing raps to writing sad? Were you writing sad raps?
Not really. No, I mean, I was just like.
Were you sad when you were writing raps though?
No, not really. I just kind of just like. I was like kind of like a backpacker hip hop guy. I liked like Big L is my favorite rapper of all time.
Oh, dude.
And so like, I was into like lyricism and stuff like that kind of like hip hop, and then through the years obviously I got into like other styles of hip hop. I really got into like Memphis stuff, like 3 6 Mafia.
That's
go to shit.
Dude, I literally shot 3 6 Mafia in New York.
Dude, that's fucking sick.
Bro, I was on stage with Project Pat when he performed Chicken Head.
Dude, we listened.
And that is a memory I'll never forget, bro.
Freethrow as a band will listen to Project Pat like Crook by the Book, like fucking. It's like it is like a fucking religious experience for us as a band. We listen to it all the time.
Fuck, dude, that is some of the best shit I ever heard. That shit gets me so excited when I find that out. Cause like, these are the 2 genres that I grew up listening to.
Yeah.
It's fucking emo, sad shit, and then hip hop. And there was a little bit of meet guys in this space that are like in the hip hop. I get so excited.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'm a hip hop head.
I fucking love that shit, dude.
It is. I'd say next to like emo music, hip hop is like my favorite genre of music.
Dude, yeah, so I had just started working, I had just met Glock, like, Dolph died, I think, in, like, November.
Yeah,
and then
sad
they
man.
went on that
Rest in peace,
tour.
Dolph.
They went on tour, like that, I guess it was, like, 4 years ago, and, like, I don't know, a couple months after Dolph died is when I linked with them, and then I've just been, like, friends with them ever since, and then his, like, main producer, my friend Manny, he,
Dude, also... Shouts out to Manny because Key Glock's beats are some of the best beats.
Bro, fucking yeah,
in the game right now.
Dude, he's going crazy. He is going crazy.
The sample choice is always so crazy.
Bro,
like,
oh, dude, you really do listen.
Yeah,
You're
dude,
hip, bro.
I'm about it.
You really hip. Fuck yeah, dude. That She Ready sample was crazy.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Then the Erykah Badu sample
Yep.
was woo.
Yep, it's fire, dude. Dude,
Yeah.
I actually own now an old MPC 2000 that has like it runs off of like a zip drive. They don't even make those anymore.
No.
That I'll go make like old school like boom bap beats.
Oh, dude. That is so fucking sick. So wait, so how did we get here from that?
To like, so I started playing guitar when I was like 13, like after I'd already started making beats. And I kind of got into like metal and hardcore, like at that time, like I think the community of like hardcore music like kind of like really drew me in. And so I started playing in like metal bands and like, or like I played in a death metal band in high school. I was actually just talking to Jeremy Bohm from Touche not too long ago. I was telling him about my high school band. We were like a death metal band called like Rend the Earth, some shit.
You ever hear of Barrenness?
Yeah, I love Baroness. Dude.
So, John, I think he's the front man with the big beard.
Yeah.
He lives near me. I've cut his hair like
That's
not
sick.
like accidentally, but like someone recommended him to me,
Dude.
and I like that's not like since I've met him, I've tried. Turns out his bass player Gina, I went to elementary school with her.
Oh shit.
It was the craziest thing is she used to get bullied so badly in elementary school, and now I look at her, I'm like, yo, you stood 10 toes down on what you are, and now you are touring the globe.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, dude, that's crazy. Yeah, so I like, not like accidentally, but like I said, I actually like interviewed him like super loosely one time, like probably 3 years ago, and I didn't even post I just posted like a couple clips of it. But
Dude,
yeah, dude.
That's sick.
Yeah. But anyway, so you started doing that.
Yeah, I started doing like metal and stuff, and that's actually when I went to college in like 2007. I went to a school called Middle Tennessee State University, which at the time had like a really big music scene coming out of it. And I went there with like the intention of joining a band and like doing shit. I didn't tell my parents that, but like I ended up going there and I ended up joining a band and going on tour for the first time when I was 19. Because like it was just like once I started like diving more into music, like in high school and like playing in metal bands and stuff, like it just kind of like opened up like because before that I was like mostly into hip hop and stuff,
Different communities.
and so like it kind of like opened the doorways for me. Also in high school I was like my metal friends made fun of me a lot because I was listening to like My Chemical Romance and shit too, like and like I really got into like Sunny Day Real Estate in high school, and that's where like the emo like phase kind of like really hit me, and that crossover between like emo and metal, like with some of the older like screamo bands like Page 99 and like Rites of Spring and stuff, like kind of pulled me in this direction. But like I never like all of my friends were like in metal bands and like wanted to play in metal bands or hardcore bands and shit. So like I never really started an emo band because I was like, no one else wants to play this shit. So and after I stopped touring with the metalcore bands and basically I was hanging out like because like all of us in Free Throw have been friends since high school, with except for Justin. He's been my friend since the womb. He was born to be my friend. So like
He didn't have a choice.
I was kind of hanging out with Larry, our guitar player, one night, and we were just like having some beers. And I was like, "Do you want to start an emo band, bro?" He's like, "Yeah, let's do it." And it's just from there, it just kind of been this. I've always been a fan of the music, especially since like when I got into guitar. Like, I mean, math rock and like emo music on guitar is like so sick. And like so it's always been something that I've been like into. But yeah, it took me going through hip hop and metal and hardcore bands before I ever even got to be in an emo band. And I think it's because Nashville didn't really have much of an emo scene. There wasn't like a lot of people besides like maybe me and Larry and Justin that were really listening to like emo shit. And but yeah, then we kind of built one. We built a bit of an emo scene in Nashville for a while, and that just led to where we are now. It's a weird thing because like I think I got into playing guitar because of like making beats and stuff and like starting to understand melody, and I played piano for like a while, like but never like a crazy enough amount, just enough to be able to like do stuff for beats and stuff. And then like I don't know, guitar just seemed like an instrument that just like kind of like spoke to me, and playing guitar just kind of led me to this point. Really, it's not the most interesting story of how like going from hip hop to like metal to emo, but really it is all based on like just because I like guitar music.
I had this thought like recently where I was like, I think I'm gonna get an acoustic guitar and try to figure it out when I have a break at the barbershop. And then I was like, what am I thinking? No, I'm not. My fingers are not made to do that, dude.
It's definitely a frustrating like learning curve, and like also yeah, my fingers feel like plastic now. Like
So when you started writing, are you writing from a place of your sad? Like where are you writing from?
yeah. I mean, the majority of Free Throw's lyrics are based on my real life. I kind of just use Free Throw as like an outlet for things that I've been through, or like because like I spent years dealing with like depression and anxiety.
Yeah,
and
that's kind of where I was trying to lead to because I'm like actively on Lexapro and
Yeah.
I do the whole thing.
I
go to therapy.
At one point, I went on Paxil for a
Yeah.
while, and it made me gain like 100 pounds. So I went from weighing like 150 pounds to weighing like 250 pounds.
I definitely am holding some weight from the Lexapro, but I like the way my mood is. So I'm
Yeah.
just like
Well, like for me, like anxiety meds never really like truly worked perfectly. You know what I mean? Like it was always like some kind of weird thing about it that made it feel weird. And then at 30, I got diagnosed with ADHD, and they put me on Adderall like twice a day, and my anxiety went away.
bro, dude. So have you ever heard of the band Snack Time?
Yeah,
from Philly.
yeah.
So Sam, the guy that played the what's it called? The guy with the big beard. I actually had him in the barbershop recently, and he literally was like, "Bro, you should get tested for ADHD. You might not be depressed or have anxiety. It might be your ADHD."
Dude, for me, that's
And I'm
what
like,
it was. Yeah.
"Fuck, dude, right?" And then I was like, "But I don't know. Like, I have like, I feel like I still have my like, but." I have such like a good groove of like like it sounds crazy to say, but like my medication, my
Yeah,
routine with
I
my
mean, dude, it should be
so
a
to
thing
like
that like if it works for you, like that's like
well that but like part of me does want to try to see if it is the ADHD thing, but I also feel like in a way the ADHD is almost like a superpower in a way. Like that's how I like kind of just get so much shit done. Like that's how
yeah,
I got to here. You know what I mean? Like in a way, like
dude, yeah, the hyper focus gets
yes,
crazy
bro, it's
sometimes.
crazy.
But yeah, once I got diagnosed with ADHD and like went on medication for that, it's like I didn't have as many problems with depression or like anxiety anymore.
So does that make writing harder for you?
No, it actually makes it a lot easier. Because I knew in college like people would like take like Adderall and stuff
Yeah.
like recreationally,
Yeah.
and I've always felt like whenever I dabbled, I was like, all right,
Naturally.
I'll take one.
But it
But I
probably
always
just
felt
like
like
made you feel normal.
yeah, I was like, okay, why do you guys take this for fun? Like, I don't see like why this is
yeah, fuck.
such a good time. And then when I got older and got diagnosed with like ADHD and got put on Adderall, I was like, oh, that's because it was just
Because
fucking
it
working
fucking
for me.
worked, dude.
It's just turning me into like a normal person.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
So like I guess you obviously are in a serious relationship because
Yeah,
you guys have
yeah.
a kid. So like does that I always wonder like when you write about your struggles with that person, does that make her like do you have to have that conversation like
Oh
hey,
yeah, yeah, definitely.
like hey I'm recording this record like
Yeah, because like this record, especially this new one, is about like we had like a time where we like broke up and kind of like took time apart from each other because like after her being with me for years and touring and like me being away all the time and like she was also like kind of like going through like this like what am I doing with my life type of situation.
Right.
And so we like split up for a while and I basically wrote a lot of the new record about that. So yeah, I definitely had to be like because we got back together and then now we have a kid.
now you have
and,
a
like,
kid, dude.
and it's like I kind of had to be like so uh
Well,
I know this is really sad, and you know exactly what it's about. So
shout
like,
out your queen for
Yeah,
being
dude.
so supportive and
Shout out
letting
Misty.
and letting this record come out because it's really good.
She's also like she's a fan of the music genre. Like Hot Mulligan's like one of her favorite bands. So like, she she was never really like until like we became, like a couple. She wasn't as big into free throw, but like now she's a free throw fan because like we've been together like for with aside from like when we were split up, like we've been together for I guess we first started dating like 2018. So
Oh, so you guys have been through it. So she's been through a lot of tours and a lot of stuff.
yeah. She's been through a lot.
Yeah.
But like she knew like I was already in the band when we first got together and she kind of knew that like I told her that I write a lot of lyrics based off of like my actual life, like and like how I feel. I try to write it in a way that's relatable and self-insertable for anybody's, situations.
I
But,
think you
like,
do a good job.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But like, so she kind of knew the game, like, and when the new record was coming out, I was just like, yeah, it's there's probably some stuff on there that like isn't the happiest of times of what we've been through. But she's understanding. She understands.
So has this tour been? How many weeks in are you right now?
Shit. Like, we're probably like 2/3 of the way through now. So like 3 weeks in, I think.
So how do you feel? Are you having like dad guilt or anything?
Yeah, yeah. I'm watching the baby kind of have like these moments. Like I'll FaceTime her and like she's starting to like coo and like vocalize a lot more.
Do you have to like compartmentalize it and be like, well, this is how like I pay for you to
Yeah, I have
for that
'cause-
house that you're in?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's
Like while I'm here.
this is my job, you know. So like, yeah, I do. I have to compartmentalize it quite a bit. There's times when I'm like, I'm bummed about it. I definitely miss home a lot more now, you know, than I did beforehand. But
Well, it probably feels more like home now.
yeah, yeah, there's just a switch that flips.
Yeah.
You know, whenever whenever she was born and like I was holding her for the first time, it was just like it's just like everything made sense.
It's crazy that you had that moment at this big age. 'Cause I
Yeah.
had that moment at 21 and a half, 22.
Oh, dude, yeah, I just was living life as a shithead for like until
Like
I was-
imagine if, like imagine like I cut college kids sometimes or like kids that are like in their early 20s and I'm like yo, just be careful, don't get pregnant or anything. You know, like what? I'm like, dude, they'll like literally be so confused. I'll be like, yo, I literally had a kid at your age.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you had a kid right now.
I was like pretty adamant about it, like because my mom had me when she was 18. Her mom had her when she was 15. So it was like,
God.
so it was like, I was kind of like growing up. I was like, I am not having a kid young. I'm not doing that. And so, yeah, I waited until I was 37. A child.
Well, you know, honestly though, you got a lot out though, so like it was probably pretty good. Like,
Yeah, I felt like it was good for me to wait until, because like I really wanted to wait until I was a little bit more financially stable before like, you know, even thought about it.
Yeah.
And there were times it could have been accidents, you know.
Oh yeah,
But, like,
naturally.
it was something like where like whenever I felt like I was finally like in a situation where it made sense, that's when I was like, yeah, let's do this. And so all of our friends that had kids told us took them like a year of trying, you know. And then 2 months later I found out I was gonna be
Dude, you know, it's crazy that like a lot of people like in our age range, a lot of people, I feel like are having trouble
Yeah.
taking a long. It's kind of it's like what the hell what the hell's going on?
Yeah, I feel like my friends
Like
that are starting families and stuff that
They're like-
try it takes like
I've
some
talked
time.
to like so many people that have to do like a bunch of extra stuff and
Mhm.
I'm like, oh man. But no, I did want to ask. So like, you know, to get back to the sadness and stuff.
Yeah.
You did write a specific lyric about how grown men don't cry.
Yeah.
Do you cry?
Yeah, all the time.
Bro, I'm genuinely asking because I do too.
Yeah,
but there
legitimately.
is that stigma on.
There's a huge
insane
stigma.
and I would imagine it's probably even in like somewhere like middle of America, like where you're from, like it's probably even more.
Yeah, I mean, like growing up, like, you know, there is like a point, like the lyric is really true, like, you know, because it's like a callback to an old song of ours on the new record. So it's like the first song that said it was like, my old man told me that men don't cry, you know, and like that's like something that really happened. Like when I was a kid, like my dad like was, you know, trying to toughen me up a bit, you know, and like, but the truth is like there's a huge stigma to that, but like a good cry is so worth it.
Dude, it's undefeated.
I mean, it's just literally your body like releasing emotions. You know what I mean? Like your brain, like just it's a release for that. So like, yeah, if you're watching this, definitely have a good cry. Sometimes it's actually worth it.
Seriously.
But like I was told all my life, you know, like men don't cry, men don't cry, men don't cry. You know, that is men's mental health is like a huge stigma. I think in like to the point where it's like a problem. You know.
I agree, dude. I try to bring it up a lot, like especially doing this because like I actively am in therapy. I actively
same.
journal. I do all of the things, and like there's still guys that won't even like consider going to a therapist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, like it's not that deep, dude. Just go talk to a third party that has no fucking.
They don't have any, you know,
have
like biases.
No bias whatsoever. It's just like, I don't know. It's kind of weird, man.
Yeah, I have a psychiatrist.
I do too.
Yeah, so I'm like,
I get my meds, bro. What do you mean?
go to the psychiatrist, go to therapy.
Yeah, bro. I got it. I'll tell you, I'm all in.
And like, I've talked to my like, you know, psychiatrist, and the therapist before, like about this, like how like free throw is like my outlet. And they always say it's a good thing. I'm just glad that people relate to it, to be honest.
You know,
Because I
that's
think one
actually,
of the biggest feelings is like feeling alone in like your issues.
well, I think that's something that I've learned just like kind of like slowly embedding myself more into this space is that like because again I do like I came from like not came from but like I did like I still do a lot of hip hop stuff and it's just vastly different.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
fan base and like the connectivity and everything like that is just vastly different. Like this is so like the reality is how many people can actually relate to all this drugs, money, murder,
Yeah.
lean, all of that stuff. Like as fun as that shit is, how many people can actually relate to that?
Yeah.
When like you go to the church, for instance, like the First Unitarian Church,
Yeah.
and you have 500 people just in this box screaming and actually feeling like I don't know. There's something to be said about
Yeah,
that.
there is. I do think that
And like those are generally the people that are so alone at school, and then they can come to this place where like they have like hundreds of other people that feel that
yeah,
way.
that feel the same way, you know. And because like I think that like being alone is like definitely like one of the hardest.
And that's another thing that comes
Feelings
with
of,
men's
like-
mental health and like that epidemic, dude. It's like it's always like we're supposed to be stone faced and like not feel or to be closed off and like it's like that shit doesn't work.
Yeah, no, I mean bottling up shit is not always the best option, you know.
No, dude, it doesn't work.
But yeah, like and also like coming from someone who has been in the hip hop space and like made beats and stuff for years, like it's vastly different. Like and there's a stigma in hip hop too that like you're supposed to be like so it's like a machismo thing, like
Dude,
a toxic machismo thing.
I say to my boy Manny all the time, I'm like, bro, like it's crazy because like what throws me off, and I actually because of my like how being fortunate and getting all of this access and being able to do all that stuff, I want to be able to, I want to eventually put something together that talks about the stark contrast
Yeah,
of the two because like you'll see someone like Tades, arguably probably the biggest on the scene right now,
yeah,
wearing his openers t-shirt on
yeah.
stage where like a hip-hop show the headliner won't even go into the openers green room and
yeah.
say what's up. Like it's just it's so different.
Yeah,
And
it's like two completely different
dude,
worlds.
I literally, and it was crazy because I did when Hot Mulligan was in Philly, I did that show on a Saturday night. Sunday morning I flew to Red Rocks and met Key Glock and that team out there and did the Glock show at Red Rocks.
That's it.
So it was within 24 hours. So like if I was like better and had like more like was able to manage my content a little bit better, I would have probably thought of doing like
Some kind of like talk about how
Yeah,
like it's like
dude,
the drastic differences.
bro, it was crazy because even like the green rooms, like the blunt sizes that are this big versus just like, it's just so many different things.
Yeah.
And it's like so crazy to see. But, to kind of get back to your point, there's a really crazy stigma in that space.
Yeah,
Really
it's-
crazy, like unfortunate stigma.
Yeah,
But I think that
emo scene, it's like we're not competitive. Like we're all just like fucking homies, Like
So that was something that I kind of had to get used to. I'm not gonna lie. That was something that
Yeah.
was kind of like, and I've had these conversations with my friends in hip hop, and I'm like, dude, something's got to change. Like we got to do something over on this side because it's cool over here.
Yeah.
Like it's really okay to
Like,
all
I
be
feel like
cool.
if more people were like, if like the hip hop scene was a lot less competitive and like more like
Yeah.
homies, like more people would actually probably prosper.
Oh, 100%.
Like you would see, rappers blowing up just because they went on like got pulled on tour with a homie. You know what I mean? Like it's like, I mean that's kind of like how the emo scene works, is because like we all become friends through like playing shows together, or like even like fucking just, oh, we're a fan of your band. Oh, I'm a fan of your band. Like okay, let's
Well,
just
it's
fucking
like
show.
like it's, but that's the thing too. I feel like in the hip hop space, it's even like weird to like openly admit you're a fan of someone.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
it's
it's
like
because I mean
dick
hip hop
eating.
in its own, like
It's
hip hop
like
in its own right is like, I mean think
It's
about
so prideful.
yeah, think about rapping. Like you're always like I'm the best.
Yeah. Oh, 100, yeah, absolutely.
Even when I've rapped in the past, it's like I'm not talking about how I'm not the best.
No,
you know?
no, you're 100% right. And I guess in the emo space, it's like, who's sadder than the next person?
All right. Yeah. Are we really gonna have a sad off right now?
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, that'd be crazy. A versus battle of the saddest.
Yeah, a sad battle, you know.
Oh man.
I can just imagine me and Tate's in a green room, like doing a rap battle, but just talking about how I'm sadder than Tate's is.
Dude, that would actually. That's probably something that I should try to start organizing now. Who do I reach out to get this together? Because that sounds like it would be pretty good. That sounds pretty good.
But yeah, they're drastically different. You know, it is crazy to because I don't really I don't find myself thinking about it as much as like now that we're having this conversation. It's like most of the time, like when I'm like listening to hip hop, I'm listening to it with like a different set of ears than like when I'm listening to, you know, like emo music or something. So like, yeah, it's a wild revelation
Yeah.
to think of that. Like, hip hop is a drastically different thing. Like, and you know, another thing in hip hop is that you see people, like especially rappers that get bigger, starting their own subsidiaries, signing other rappers, and then like then you see beefs off like fucking contracts. And
Yeah.
it's a big.
Oh, yeah.
There's also a lot more money involved
Yeah, it's
than
true.
like in the emo scene. So like I can see why sometimes it might be a little bit more competitive. Because like I mean, hip hop is, you know, I'd say like probably like hip hop and like pop country are probably the two biggest genres in the world right now. Like from
yeah.
a monetary standpoint. Maybe electronic music at some point. But,
Oh
like,
yeah. Actually, yeah. Probably top 3.
But yeah, it's like so like I guess like when there's not that much money going around like in the emo scene too, it, like we can all be a little bit more chill with each other.
No, that's 100% facts. That is very true. All right, dude, you want to turn around, look in the mirror, and tell
Yeah,
me what you
yeah,
think?
dude. Oh yeah, dude, great. This is perfect.
Hell yeah.
Dude, fuck yeah, thanks, man.
Absolutely. This was awesome. This is awesome. Well, thanks for fucking doing this.
Dude, yeah,
and
man.
allowing me to do this with you.
It's been
Happy
a great,
birthday, bro.
fun conversation. Hey, yeah, thank you. 38 today. It's crazy.
What do you got to say? One last thing for the people at 38, dude.
At 38, resilience is key. Don't give up on your dreams. Like, even when people tell you that it's not working out, like, if I would have given up, like, a long time ago, I wouldn't be here today getting my hair cut or on a tour in a bus. You know? Like, so, like, no matter what it is, resilience is, like, stick to it.
And the goal is the bus.
You don't always make the first jump shot. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you have to shoot for a bit before you actually make it. And like, yeah, but honestly, at the end of the day, it's like the best advice I can get. It's just like,
I think that's probably some of the best.
also cry sometimes. It's actually good for you. Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. Thank you. I feel like I just like lost a pound.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
My boy.
thanks, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude. I didn't know you were a big hip hop guy. Dude.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.